Alright, this is the replay and how-to on the Tier 4 United States battleship, the Wyoming. She is an awful lot of fun to play. She's forgiving, and that's nice at low tiers because you're doing the same thing I did. You're going to make some mistakes. But you will want to stay near your friends when you can, especially at higher tiers. With the lower tiers being as forgiving as they are, you can wander off on your own and have some fun. The Wyoming has got a lot of guns. They're only 12-inch diameter guns, but she's got 12 of them. 6 turrets, each turret with 2 guns. That might seem like 12 inches isn't much for a battleship, but she makes up for it with all the guns she has. The detectability range of my ship by other ships is 14 kilometers, and my gun range stock is 12.8, but I buffed that up with modules up to 14.1. That's probably something you're going to want to do if you get this ship. It's always good to be within gun range of anybody who can see you. The reload time is 30 seconds, which is pretty much on par. The 180-degree turret rotation speed is, I've got it down to 42.9 seconds, but that's buffed with the captain's skill. I want to have a higher rate of fire. I prefer an offensive setup. The high explosive shells do 4,200 damage on a good hit, and the armor piercing do 8,300, quite a bit more. But you want to be careful about what ammo you're choosing against what type of enemy you're going up against. You never want to use AP against a destroyer, for instance. Only shoot at a destroyer if there's nothing better to shoot at. And when you do, make sure you got high explosives loaded. So on this game, a couple of my team members are going to go and protect our flag. That's usually where the enemy goes. But there's a couple of cruisers and me and another battleship that have decided to go down and try and take that flag. Force them to turn around. You can see the layout of the guns on my ship. 2 turrets forward, 2 turrets aft, and 2 in the middle. Those two in the middle don't quite have the firing arc. So you'll have to turn the ship broadside to bring all the guns to bear. I'm going to go ahead and try a shot at this guy. What I'm doing is I'm trying to range my shots. That means figure out the lead that I need to give him. And I fired to his right, so I moved a little bit more to my left. That was closer. Oh, hey, I just nicked him. Okay, he's turning a bit. Let's try another shot. I think I've got him. No. Rats. Well, it happens. You're going to have a few missed shots. You can see where the enemy is going. They're really pushing hard towards our flag. But at this point, I'm committed. I've got to get down here and deal with these 2 ships. Tried to fire through the valley, and I didn't do it. Still got this mountain in my way. That looks good. Alright, he's gone. I didn't get the credit for the kill, but I would have. Now, this is a St. Louis at range. You can see that my shell over-penetrated. That usually means you want to start switching over to high explosive. If you're overpenning a lot, switch to high explosive, because overpens don't do much damage. The speed on this boat stock is only 18 knots, which is pretty darn slow. You might as well do the upgrade and go up to 20.5. So I'm still doing armor piercing, and you can see I am doing a little bit of damage. I'd definitely be doing a lot better if I had high explosive loaded. That one ricocheted. That one over-penetrated. So really, I'm just punching holes in his hull, but not doing much damage. And the dispersion on the shots at maximum range is really bad. It's like 210 meters. So this ship is meant for close-in brawls. Sniping is not easy. Okay, so now he's gone. I would have done a lot more damage if I'd have switched to high explosive. I really would have. The rudder shift on this boat is 12.7 seconds, which actually is pretty darn good. You don't need to do a rudder buff on this boat. You can if that's your play style, but I didn't really need it. The AA on this boat is really good. You've got 8 .30 caliber guns with a range of 3.5 kilometers, 6 turrets with 4 guns of 28 millimeters with a range of 3.1 kilometers, and 14 12.7 millimeters. So AA is really good on this ship. Now notice I'm turning to bring more guns to bear on this guy. He's getting close, and I want him gone. Normally you don't want to go broadside against anybody, but I'll take it, just so I can get this guy hammered out. Probably should have gone with high explosive, but wound up doing the job anyway. Now we've got a carrier, enemy carrier, that's still causing problems, but it looks like we got a cruiser a lot closer to him, so I'm gonna go chase the enemy out of our flag, or at least reset the counter. If the enemy captures our flag, we lose, even if they got one boat left. Notice that he's just sailing in between those shots. That's dispersion. The shots are so widely spaced, not much you can do about it, except get closer, and that's what I'm trying to do. I did score a nice citadel on him. Oh, he slowed down. Against a battleship, you're usually safe to use armored piercing, so go ahead and do it. And of course, when they run aground, they're a real easy target, so have at it. I don't think I'm going to get close enough for my secondaries to need to kick in. But if they do, they've got a range of 3.5 kilometers. And the enemy has 3 ships in our cap. They're capping, and right now it appears as if I am the only one that's keeping the cap counter from going over. Every time you hit an enemy, you knock back the cap counter a bit, and that really can save you in an awful hurry. Okay, he's sending torp planes my way on the mini-map, and I just didn't notice it until the last second. So I'm probably going to take a torp hit here, as well as having 3 ships on me. Come on, push over, push over, push over, push over. Ah! Okay, so I'm flooding. I hit repair. I gotta keep my rudder. And so Sorry about the skipping frames, the lag, and the sound. I'm still working on that. But it's pretty much a serious knife fight here. But they're still inside of our cap. Every time you score a hit on one of these guys inside of our cap, you knock the counter down. Oh, that was... I didn't lead enough in that shot. Okay, got another one. On the mini-map, you can see I'm squeezed between two very, very tightly knit islands. You gotta watch out for that. Keep your eye on that mini-map. It tells you a lot. Alright, I'll take 4,000 damage. I'll take that any day. So, all the enemy ships are coming after me. They have left the cap. Fine. I'm glad with that. It means that they will not win by capping. And there's another enemy gone. Those Phoenixes, they're great, but not against a battleship. There's 6,000 damage. And I can't shoot him, but I can shoot this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a 180-degree turn. Oh, 8,000. Yeah, we like that. And I've got some friends coming to help. So he's at 5 kilometers, and you can see I'm able to hit really well on him. So effective firing range for this ship is about 5 kilometers. At 5 kilometers, you're pretty much sure to hit a couple of hits or more, even with lousy dispersion. Now see, a lot of those bounced. He's got his ship angled, so I really should have shifted towards high explosive. Oh, he's turning his guns toward me. Time for me to move. So another enemy just died. Okay, he's out of gun range now. I'll try another shot. Well, maybe not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that 180. And I'm looking the opposite direction to get all of my gun turrets turned around. There is a shortcut way to do that. That's Control X. You got to look in the direction you want the guns to point, hit Control X, and they will rotate that way, and then they will stay there. Not at the compass heading, but your ship's heading. So when you turn, they also will turn. I've got enemy bombers coming in. Hopefully they don't do too much damage, but I did target them by pressing Control and then clicking the mouse on them. This focuses fire. Oh, they were after my neighbor there. So we know that there's an enemy battleship right around the corner of this island, and I am looking forward to moving in on him. There he is. He backed off a bit. Only 1,000 damage, and of course he's going to open up on me. 2,200. 4 hits, 3 overpins. I really shouldn't be broadside onto him, but with an island on my right, there's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta take the hits. Not something you normally want to do. But in a battleship, at least you can do some of that, because you've got so much armor. And he can only get 2 of his guns to bear on me. I can get all of my guns to bear on him. So there are trade-offs. Oh, okay, his secondaries got me. Let me on fire. I'm gonna let that burn for a moment rather than waste my consumable. Okay. So I cannot shoot him. Might as well use my consumable and highlight that torpedo bomber by pressing Control and putting the mouse and left clicking on him. That way my anti-aircraft will focus on him instead of anything else. Well, he dropped his torps and hit my friend. That's not so good. It's down to 2 against 2 in this battle. Now, I went ahead and slowed down while keeping maximum rudder. That tightens your turning circle. I want to get turned around as fast as I can, because I want this guy gone. Now here comes another flight of bombers. I'm going to highlight them and hopefully they'll miss everything. Let's see what happens. And they missed. Aha! Take that. This is a long battle. They don't usually last this long. Okay, so my guns are around, and I'm coming around for my next set of shots at this guy. Looks like he's backed off a bit. Well, okay, yeah, he has backed off a bit. I'm not going to try and hit him through rock. I don't want to clip his mast. I want to do some damage. Okay, almost. There we go. Alright, and I'm turning right. I am turning into him. I'm not going to use this island to my left as cover. I am charging in. They're still ahead. Well, I'm good. I'm doing damage. My secondaries are opening up. Get down into that hole. You can see there's not much room to navigate here, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm turning the rudder to the left, get more guns to bear. Got him. Alright, so that leaves just me, my nearly dead friend, and one enemy carrier, and we are now capping that flag. And he's going to try and torpedo me, unless he changes his mind. Okay, he's coming after me, so I'm turning into the torps, cutting my throttle for a sharp turn. I've got the hit points to give if he hits me. Oh, this is going to be close. At least it was just one. So I hit the letter T to try and rejuvenate some hit points, because I know one hit and my friend is gone. Well, he's really coming after me. I didn't even see those things coming. So all I can really do is drive south. I can't shoot at the enemy carrier. He's out of range. My friend there is capping the flag. I think he's going to try and take this game by capping. And that suits me fine. A win is a win. I'm going to go ahead and zip ahead a bit. A little more. A little more. We win. Alright. Now take a look at the number of hits there. 88 hits. 53 were penetrations and 25 were over penetrations and 10 ricochets. That shows that my ammo choice was pretty lousy. I should have gone with more high explosive. When you see a lot of over pens, you want to switch to the high explosive. If you're getting high explosive over penetrations, it just means that you're a very high tier boat going up against a very low tier enemy. It was a decent battle, but there's a surprise coming I want to show you guys about. Shot down 4 enemies, incapacitated 10, sunk 4. You can go over these stats at the end of every battle and learn what they mean. Team score, you can see how you did with relation to anybody else. You can also see whether or not any special achievements were earned, how many planes were shot down, etc. Detailed report gives you some interesting numbers on the shell hits, the shell type, and how much damage you did on each of these ships. Svetlana, Phoenix, Kuma, etc. also tells you your potential damage down here. Tells you your capture points and defense points. Now, credit and XP is where you're going to see a surprise. Bear in mind, we won this game, and I did not take that much damage. But I only got 74,000. Imagine if I'd have been killed. Ouch, that would have hurt a lot. And you'll see with higher tier boats, it takes very little damage to wind up in the negatives of silver. World of Warships really wants people to play all tiers, so they got to make the high tiers more expensive. Well, that's pretty much it. That's How to Wyoming. It's a forgiving boat. It's a fun boat. Stay around friends. Don't let yourself get focused as the only person standing up against a bunch of enemies, or you won't last long. Keep an eye on what's going on around you, and you'll get the hang of it. It's all fun anyway. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have fun.